Kevin near you.
Oh, hey, Naz, thank you so much for the raid. I'm running around doing morning stuff, and I walked by and thought I heard my raid alert. Uh, Thank you so much for the raid, Naz. You were doing, fire only, right? Yeah, I know you gotta go, but thank you so much. Um, yeah, go follow this man. Do the thing. He's great. Only reason I don't watch more of his streams is because I don't have a good enough sleep schedule. But seriously, do it. Hello. Hi, I was just outside. I'm not actually this cool. Um, it'll fade. Um, how's everybody doing? Kara, Superior Thix, Danny, Halia, Yump, Naz, Say, all the Raiders, Gigi, Narclos, everybody else. We were promised cats. Let's see. There's one cat right here. He's just out of frame. You can see like the long part. Yeah, come here, Kevin. Yeah, let me move this. Come here. Cat. Boop, 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 boop. You forgetting which one's gray? Yeah. Kevin. Okay, so apologies about the very interrupted stream yesterday. My connection completely shut out, and I had to do a ton of wrangling and ugh, sucked. Yesterday sucked. I meant to make way more progress on level 1. We were supposed to be in Act 3 by today. So that won't be happening, but I can at least make a little more progress. I saved and logged out right where the stream went down, so didn't do anything else. Make a little progress on this. The main focus of today will be co-op with Danny continues a little bit later, but should be able to get a couple hours, few hours maybe even, of progress on this run. Hey, Kels. Missed you guys too. Sorry to deal with all that crap yesterday. Yeah, me too, but seems to be sorted now. So we were doing the prison break. And then I was gonna make sure I go get Valar Aloof. For anyone just joining, this is a level 1 monk solo honor. My character is not allowed to go beyond level 1. And for anyone who might be new to the channel, no, I don't do barrelmancy. I guess it's fair to say no major exploits. Like, the most major one is I have the Helldusk armor, but I'm not doing anything like Spore Servant Children, which is a bit of a popular one. Ah, Def Mola is here. Of all the adepts who could have gotten, or of all the Moonrise personnel, I should say, who could have gotten called, kind of annoyed that it's that one. Because I don't have the strength to throw half-orcs. We're gonna have to go for the push. I forgot to buy the gloves from Damon to give me sword proficiency. I'm gonna need to go do that at some point.
Out of sight, out of mind.
I did good, Quag. Thanks, Yump. The press play was like, why is everyone seeing casting the offline? Okay, back to work. Morning Baba Chips. Spore Servant Children? Yeah, if you have a Sovereign Glut reanimate a kid as a Spore Servant, well, kids are not allowed to enter combat turn orders in this game. So you can drop a weapon for that Spore Servant to equip, and then have them go around beating everything up and nothing's able to respond. Just, you can hit everything outside of the turn order and kill it. And because it's possible to get Glut out of the Underdark, you can do this to basically any enemy in Act 1 or 2. It's very uninteresting. But it got some popularity due to YouTube content on it. So it's now something I occasionally specifically mention that I don't do.
With haste.
And it's another one of those things that I get a little bit petty about, because you often see people go like, oh yeah, you could just use Arabella. I'm like, but you could be intelligent and use Murkon instead and not lose anything. But you know, that's... Also get a lot out of the Underdark? You can't. Evelyn had a really funny video on that. Yeah, a couple people made content on it. It was one of those things that was popular for a while. You know how like every new patch, there's a few people who try to be the first one to get a new out of combat killing things exploit and a new vendor exploit every patch.
We won't let them win. Not now, not ever.
The reason why I would say using Murkon over Arabella is letting Murkon die to the Harpies not only makes the fight with the Harpies easier. If you want a surprise round, you can get one if Murkon's already dead. Excuse me. But also, Arabella is tied to an endgame buff, some XP, and an item in Act 2. XP and an item in Act 1. Whereas Murkon is tied to 15 XP in Act 1. That's it.
That might be worth a look.
We're gonna free the Tieflings, then free Wolbrin. If you do it in the other order, sometimes he leaves them to die. Lore accurate Wolbrin Bongle.
Something good here, I hope.
He's more resistant to doing it in patch 7, but he can still do it. Wolford Pongle song will be evergreen. Yes. Isn't there also a subreddit for it? Like I vaguely saw that somewhere.
I must make it to Baldur's Gate. I must.
You're cumbered already. Slash fuck Wolvern Bongle. There you go.
My plan for now is to hide out on the ward.
Favorite vendor exploits donating 400 gold to get 100 attitude without respects. We've done on this run a lot. Oh yeah, I think I've done it with every vendor I've interacted with, say. Because, like, I have no reason not to. Quag to you as well, Kara. Hey Grubjaw, any tips for someone new to BG3 starting off the Warlocks? Got to level 4 on my first feat, heard getting Charisma 20 is a good place to start. I would disagree with that. So, the get Charisma to 20 is something that people will do without knowing why they're doing it. And, like, that innately isn't gonna make much of a difference. Like, you'll have slightly more consistent offensive control spells, and you'll have slightly more damage on, let's say, Eldritch Blast if you're building into that. A little bit better vendor prices, a little bit better dialogue options, but that's it mostly. If you're using Pact of the Blade, you'll have a little more accuracy. But very minor impacts. Everything there is extremely minor. I'd say something much more important for a Warlock, especially if you're level 4 feat, would be sorting out getting some of the things that other classes get that Warlock doesn't. For example, Warlocks don't have proficiency with medium armor or shields to begin with, unless you are a Githyanki or a Shield Dwarf, in which case you will have medium armor but not shields. If you are a human or half-elf, you'll have shields but not medium armor. For that reason, I'm a really big fan of the moderately armored feat at level 4. It'll give you +1 to your choice of strength or dexterity. It will give you proficiency with medium armor and proficiency with shields, allowing you to equip a lot more stuff. You'll be a lot less defensively flimsy. There's even offensive stuff you can get in those slots. It's really good. It is that stat increase as well. I'm a really big fan of that. Alternatively, if I'm doing a run where I don't necessarily care about those proficiencies as much, like let's say I am already a Githyanki, so I have medium armor, and I don't care as much about shields, maybe I'm two-handing weapons, or dual wielding, then I would take Alert. Now, I hate the word best, but Alert is so impactful that it's one of those feats that if you cannot give a good reason why you don't need it, you take Alert. Because you getting turns before everyone else does is ultimately one of the most valuable things in the game. You get to control where the damage goes, you get to control whether there's a fight at all. So I would say with your level 4 feat, focus on, and honestly with feats as a whole, focus on getting new layers to what your character can do rather than number go up. A lot of people will prioritize things like ability score increase for number go up without knowing why they want the number to go up. They'll be like, number go up, make character stronger. And like, a little bit, sometimes, but usually, and by usually I mean almost always, you can be picking something more impactful in your feat slot. Really appreciate it. Hey, happy to talk about it. It was a good question. Don't forget they're most likely playing full party, making survivability less of an issue, equipment more contested. Right, that's true. Yeah, a lot of my feat and mechanic preference comes from being a solo player. So regarding moderately armored, say I was making the point of a lot of the gear that I would be wanting to put on my Warlock wouldn't be available anyway if I was gearing out a full party. So moderately armored, less of a big deal. I could just stay squishier. In which case, I would go to my other recommendation of Alert. Import is dual wielder if you have shield proficiency. Depends on what you need from your offhand slot. In this run, for example, I wanted shield proficiency, so I took half elf because armor class, and this is the least disruptive critical hit immunity item I'll have access to before Act 3. So that's why I wanted a shield. Dual wielder is really nice if there are particular weapons you have in mind to use together. For example, if you wanted to do the adamantine mace with another weapon, or Leviatar's Scourge with another weapon. Usually the use case for dual wielder is being able to use a stat stick plus something else you couldn't normally use with it, or 2 stat sticks together. Shields are less useful in that regard, but they're different tools for different situations.
Your Graven Guard's still alive, you reckon? He better be. Or I'm a dead man walking.
Shield Doors not having shield proficiency a bit hilarious. Yeah, Tumblr. I always giggle at it a little bit. Explained this to a friend a few weeks ago and asked what's more valuable, 1 year work experience, already have 10 years experience, or some extra training certificate. That's an interesting way of putting it, Sentinel. I like the analogy.
You're already Come here, darling. Me too.
This isn't a... So...
Gotta be super nice to them to get the cookies.
Anywhere. I go.
It's hilarious. Boo. But that was funny. We could do the Marcus fight on this run, but I don't really gain anything from it. So we won't be doing that.
I need a quick word.
Everyone seems to be you. Wolverine! Where is he?
You're... How did you... You... Thank...
These are leveled scrolls, so I wasn't expecting anything good. It's nice to get the money.
I believe there's a cabin near you.
Wolverine, it's me!
Cabin right there.
Did
Hey,
you
Tricky.
enjoy relaxing here while I battled that wretched darkness?
It's my alarm.
What were you thinking?
We're all safe, Roland. That's what no, thank you.
I said go home!
Now, I believe one and the same.
Oh yeah, that is a guild artisan inspo. Getting a brilliant retort. I don't super care about Snowburst Ring. I guess I'll try to get it anyway. I need Watcher Shield, because I haven't bought Sentinel Shield yet. Got a girl boss for a bit. Hit you up. I'm ready to lock in later. Sounds good, Danny. Got a job. Congrats.
You'll leave soon? Don't want any surprises.
Potent Robe. The temp HP gain over time. There's an argument for me using this. Or the, second phase of the Merkle fight. But I would have to spec into higher charisma. That'd be a little involved. I probably won't go that route. Yeah, I probably won't go that route. Carry weight. Almost freed up enough. It's always the cookies. 6 temp HP every turn, not too shabby. With 17 plus 5 charisma.
Why are you smiling at me? I'm just glad you're safe.
Yeah, I was weighing that versus the DR from Helldusk. If I go for Vivacious Cloak, Guidance, or Vivacious Cloak, Dancing Lights, then I won't need it. But I haven't really made a decision on that. Strange Ox probably gotta go. Let me buy the gloves from Damon.
Need anything?
These are expensive. But I want them, so if I decide I want to do Soulbreaker, I can. I don't have Greatsword proficiency. That would be another thing you get from being a Githyanki, for example. Githyanki are very underappreciated for non-martial classes. You see a lot of people playing Gith as martials, because, like, you know, the Gith you fight tend to be martials, so it makes sense on that level. But think about it a little bit of a deeper level. All of the upsides of Githyanki are getting things that your class doesn't normally have access to. That's what makes it a good pick. There's a lot of stuff I want from Damon. Probably spent a lot of time in vendor jail today. Character looks more like a cleric than monk, run invalidated. Fair enough.
Last Light's best bargains right here.
I bet they're close. Watching us.
Do need that telekinesis amulet eventually. For properly looting Moonrise Prison. Because I need that money. But we do still have a lot of Moonrise proper to clear out.
Don't be shy. Have a gander at the
Vendor Jail is
finest
soothing in a way to listen to.
Not as long as we can put up a fight, we're not.
If you're all right by Jahira, you're all right by me.
Make sure I have the Persuade ring on. Better prices.
Tick.
Might start burglarizing soon.
I wish
Might
we had a
not.
bloody army.
I could probably take out some more Githyanki. I'm just trying to avoid the ones that have Psychic Rend.
All this standing around is making me antsy.
Got to have.
Last Light's best bargains right here.
Switch to the Sentient Amulet. Go back to Creshielic. Where are we XP wise? Level 8 somewhere. In terms of bosses, only really have to deal with Wargas and Tiscan, which I don't have to deal with either one of them, but I want the telekinesis gloves for the monks, just in case.
What path lies before me?
Got the infirmary. We've got this front door group. Oh, I forgot to do key restoration. That's fine. I don't need it. Now, at only 29 AC, they can absolutely hit me. At 30, the archers still have one roll that can hit me. What do I have here? Stacking Acuity and using a Fear Scroll isn't the worst idea. Of course, I could polymorph the problematic one. I don't want to burn this cloud kill. Let's see what the targeting looks like on Fear. I do 20 HP at level 1. So I have 14 Constitution, which means I have 10 HP. And then I drank from Auntie Ethel's Well, which is 10 temp HP that goes in your HP slot.
Any word on the search for the artifact?
Meerkat.
Loose words are food for gay spies. You should know better.
Forgive me. We have not been visited by an inquisitor in an age.
It is an honor. I would be more excited.
How do I get you down there? I mean, I have a strength elixir on.
Any word on the search for the artifact, Rusty?
Loose words are
I doubt you are abductable, but...
Think you can take me on?
Ah, you are. Okay. Makes that easier. And I don't want a strength elixir on right now because I do need my weapons to be dex scaling. So we're gonna pop fire resistance elixir. Does nothing for me. We're gonna pop it. Gotta manage carry weight now. Kevin. Kevin's Kevining at me. I keep my hand axes, I suppose. Al's first staff is one of those sometimesy things. We'll equip Blood of Lathander right now, turn off the light so I can have Ring of Twilight effect if I need it.
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine. Oh, my hands.
Having Flurry of Blows here would be far more ideal. Maybe I can get away with hand crossbows. Do we think I can land an offhand shot here? 84.
So
It's really unfortunate. I am top of the initiative, though. Now, this group is still tied together initiative-wise, so they're going to be chasing me. Making some progress against this archer. It's important. Yeah, the plus 11. I need to land one more ability drain on you, so you go down to plus 10. You can only hit me... You can hit me while I have 30, but only if you max roll. That'll also put me at a range where I can speed pot and can't be hit. The Ardent here is something I should have had a Psychic Resistance Elixir prepared for. That is an error on my part. I do have max Call the Weak threshold. I could throw a bomb to kill this guy. I'm tempted. I have extra bombs on Shadowheart. I'm gonna use one of my speed pots here. I was hoping you wouldn't have the angle for that, but I succeeded the save. Rolled a 20. That's DC 16. That's hard to save on. Speed pot management is one cool part of these. Yeah, it is. Don't think I'd bother. Next turn, I'll use an action to equip Ring of Twilight, rather than... this is the one that has Hold Person. I still need to be aware. Good spell save DC for that. Awkward position. The right move is to drink an Invis pot and re-engage. I do kind of want to greed the kill here. We're going to repeat the play from the last turn. Hey, Nunu. Awkward position is my nickname in high school. Okay, she kept clicking Blindness, which is not something I anticipated, but it worked out very well for me.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, regarding what Say said about speed pot management, because speed potions will never be in leveled loot on this run, they are very limited. Even the option of having a transmutation wizard for double crafts, that's a level 2 feature. So using them very sparingly has been key to this run. I'm even considering killing the Myconid colony on the off chance that some of them drop hastening spores. So I have access to more haste effects.
What's up for discussion?
Where do my stream tags go? Are they gone? Where did all my stream tags go? Huh. I didn't change that.
Back so soon?
Thank you for bringing that up. I don't know why they're gone. Weird. To not pay tags tax? Yeah, apparently. Thought of a stupid mod idea when you throw the brilliant retort soundbite of Samuel L. Jackson saying, "Oh, will allow me to retort, please." Arrows. Did I ever fight the second group of mephits? I don't think I did. That's more combustion oil. So I'm gonna want to go do that. I don't really want to commit a vigilance to that. I bought a flaming sphere scroll, intending to use it on Merkel, but maybe I'll use it on that. Hope you're well. Breathing. I'm not stopping as much anymore. It's still all loved. Awesome seeing your success. I get back to work. Take care, everyone. Always appreciate you stopping in, Nunu. I just don't know if Terrazul is still level 1. It is. Hey, Trade. Solves a lot of problems in Act 3. Yeah. Terrazul will functionally replace Shield of Faith for the bit of time before I can get Roland's Mage Armor up and running. And I have not practiced Patch 7 Roland's Mage Armor, so that's gonna be very on-the-fly learning. If I intend on actually doing certain fights, that'll be something I need to know how to do. Oh yeah, least expected is a nice bow for this run. It's a +2. And then, while obscured, you get even more accuracy. Might actually use that.
Just out of view. Should mind my step.
The Flaming Sphere is immune to fire damage. It resists physical damage.
I don't need any attention right now. Light on my feet.
Where'd find that bow? It's in the Gauntlet of Shar. It's in a chest. Next to one of the portal fights. Pulling the trigger and playing Paladins, I don't know if I'm thinking straight. You're doing the Arcane Trickster Paladin, so, you know, the correct way.
No choice but to keep going.
It's just one, I can do the backlash approach.
Careful footwork. Can't risk being in open view.
You see that 99% accuracy there? Good. Least expected's great.
It's been a long day. I need to rest soon.
I was not sure where my character was going. I would like to replace that Flaming Sphere scroll I just spent, which might mean some vendor jail. But it was worth it. This fight with the Mephits is unironically one of the scariest in the entire game. I am not exaggerating. Like, this fight here, this is like top 5. Because there's a lot of them. They do damage in a lot of different ways. They can disarm you. Depending on your run, they can surprise you. It makes it dangerous. Overwhelming odds. And likely when you're getting to this fight, at a point where you are interested in doing it, you don't have many ways of bypassing that. Now, that's not always true. If you're, say, a level 5 cleric, you don't even care about being surprised. You cast Spirit Guardians, you jump in, and they'll fly in and die. But it's a fight where the incoming damage is quite high. Grove Gates, Redcaps, these, Strange Ox, what else? Your gear. Basically, the thing all those fights have in common is an enemy that individually could just remove you from the board in one turn. If they get a turn, and they get to do everything they want to do with that turn, you can just be dead. That's what all of those have in common. Now, what most of them have in common as well is you having very little control over the initiative. Without use of things like Alert. You need plus 12 initiative to guarantee the outpace your gear. I didn't really care about the satchels, but it would have been nice to have. I can maybe still get in that room, though. Maybe. I don't know if I care to. It doesn't matter that much to me. Doesn't matter to me that much. Grammar. Alright, Get Cole's gotta die. Lurgan as well. Back to a strength elixir.
Softer than a whisper.
I didn't kill Holvik either.
Alright.
He's got a couple arrows that in another run I would steal.
Another step forward.
Better be cautious. Time for some bloody work.
Shouldn't have made me your enemy. On my way.
This guy's a little more an interesting puzzle. Let's go Swordmaster gloves. Breaker greatsword. your initiative. Let's do... Alright, I don't need that then. Stick with least expected. He does have good con.
That's a friendly-looking shadow. Let's get in and out.
Your violence hasn't gone unnoticed. It's about to be returned in kind.
How far can I make it? Far enough, I think.
These boots have seen everything.
It was worth the attempt. What did he roll? A 19. Yeah. He simply rolled good. Oh, won't be resolving it that way. It's okay though. Now Get Cole has a bunch of different things he can do, and he can hit you really hard. I don't really want to go up against him in a straight fight. But if I'm going to, switch to poison resistance here. Diesel, thank you so much for the 5,000 bits. That's incredibly kind of you. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's a lot. Holy shit. Yeah, that's my phone alarm telling me to start streaming. I almost want to grab a Susur Bloom for this guy. In fact, I think I will do that. No problem. Excited to watch you play patch 8. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we get a release date on that soon. I know a lot of us are getting antsy. The shit out of me. Sorry, Narcos. I have to make my alarm as annoying as possible so that I actually turn it off. Pick your rolls. Yeah, you have +8, so you can't hit me with your melee weapon. But he has +9 to spell attack rolls. So he can hit me with Ray of Sickness, which is why I use the poison resistance elixir. He can't crit me, and I have 3 DR. He can't kill me. Oh, I have the wrong gloves on. Whoops. Should have destroyed that rope.
Breathe deep.
Force Tunnel to push him. There's no saving throw on the knockback from Force Tunnel. he can't cast Animate Dead because of the Suser Bloom. Hey, Prepare. I hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Got the same alarm regs. Yeah. I need it to be annoying so I can get moving, you know? Because he can't cast spells. I don't think I'm worried. I didn't end up needing the poison resistance because of the Suser. It's good to have contingencies, though. Shield me, he misses you even on a nat 20. It means the nat 20 just becomes a regular roll. So if his bonuses would get him above my armor class on that nat 20, it would still hit me. It wouldn't be a critical hit, but it would hit me. But if it doesn't, then it would miss me. It just turns 20s into regular rolls. He'll still always miss me on a nat 1, but every other roll of the die will be, he has to clear my armor class. Don't want to sell Blurg Phantasmal Killer because there's a weird situation where I may end up using it in the act finale. Empiric Touch. Doubt I'm ever clicking that. I'll just always hit with regular damage. Nope. The way critical hit immunity is set up in this game is, it'll just make that nat 20 into a regular attack roll. I'm not going to turn in the quest yet. I do want to kill some Myconids. It's not the right gloves. Peace.
Don't want to draw any attention. I don't need any attention right now. Think you can take me on?
What's inside?
Now, the reason I'm doing this is because Myconids will drop spore-type items on death. And there's a chance that could be Hastening Spores. That's a great way to explain that simply. Thank you so much. Yeah, of course. Missed yesterday. Yeah, I wish I could have gotten more stream time in Samad. My connection just wasn't there most of the day. I was very annoyed about it. It'll hopefully be better today.
And in death we will raise you.
Hey Dade, how are you? Does one get Bliss Spores the Shadow Curse lands? You just get Bliss Spores and then you don't long rest. The only forced long rests are if you are trying to leave the Act 1 map and you have not yet spoken to either Raphael or the Dream Guardian, there will be a forced rest there. Same if you have queued up the Will gets punished by Mazora event, but have not seen it yet. So there's a couple specific things that'll trigger a forced long rest there. But if you have none of those in the queue, then the game will just let you go to the Mountain Pass. Or to the Shadow Curse lands directly if you're going through Grimforge. And then with the Mountain Pass, there's 2 potential forced long rests there, both of them associated with Lvl. Lvl's very dead for me on this run, so neither of those are capable of happening. But you could bypass each of them by... the first one is, after you've used the Zathis, just make sure you talk to Lvl in camp. That'll stop that forced long rest from happening. And then the second one is, after you have had Vlaakith and Wargas and stuff turn on you, then there will be one after you've been into the Prism. But only from the outdoor camp. There's 2 different camps in the Mountain Pass. As long as you bypass those forced long rests, you can keep Bliss Spores all the way through the end of Act 2. Went back to half Wood Elf because I realized I value Fey Ancestry and Shields a little more than medium armor. That Haldusk swap divination was for the port and die. I was wasting the Arcane Word, jumped around, damage reduction. McLean took care of Quag in the whole room, one fell swoop. Nice, Kara. Sounds great. Please go over Dirge Alfira, timing it properly. Sure. So Alfira gets added as a rest event when you hit the Blighted Village. Going to the Blighted Village is what does it. So, if you just make sure there's nothing higher priority in the queue, so nothing associated with Will and Karlach, make sure you don't already know Astarian's a vampire, though that one might be lower priority anyway. What I usually do is I do all of the initial Grove stuff. I make sure not to do the Tadpole associated stuff. I get the musical proficiency from Alfira on my first visit there, if I'm going to do it at all. Or I just talk to her and get the XP. Go to Blighted Village, go back to the Grove, knock her out. Or knock her out and then go to the Blighted Village. But basically, either way, you need to go to the Blighted Village, but not really the Goblin Camp. Limit what rest events you add to the queue. Particularly, don't recruit Will, don't recruit Karlach. Well, you can recruit Will, but not Karlach, but definitely don't recruit Karlach. It is lower priority? Cool. Thank you, Dade. Yesterday, the game forced the boss long rest on me, even though I passed her from the indoor camp. That's, not been my experience. Burning. Clear queue before village. Yeah. Hey, Dex. Stopping in here, man. Passionately nerd out on somebody he loves. What I need today. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. Hey, thank you for the 51 months. It's always good to see you. Hope things have been treating you okay. You know, I was gonna say well, but I'm shooting for okay. We're going for realistic given 2025. I'm coping. Yeah, I feel you, man. get lucky on that one. Nothing else, we get a little money out of this, just something I do need. Hastening Spores. This is why we're doing this. It's like a 1 in 4 chance or something. 1 in 4, 1 in 5. Might be 1 in 3 even, because when it's Poison Spores, Hastening Spores... I don't think the other ones...
I'm done. I can't wait to sleep.
Maybe the web is in that pool? But it's some chance for Hastening Spores from each of the Myconids. Nightlight Prawn might be in that pool as well. Yeah. That's why we're killing him. How you doing, White Freeze? The next group will be more difficult, because I don't want to pull Gut and Glut in, so I'll probably put them in my party. Not in my party, no. Have them with me, but stored elsewhere. Health stuff doing well. It's been okay. Felt some BL4 stuff yet. So, like, I'll play it, but...
Very well.
No point in
The
lingering
people
on.
who make that game franchise their entire internet footprint are just people I don't want to associate with. Their conduct is fucking weird. They're shit people by and large. And the community does have a large problem with rot at the top in terms of people with large followings acting in a knowingly damaging way. So like, that fandom I'm very much done with. I'll play the game. I have, I'm optimistic about the game itself, but whether I'll even stream it at all is up in the air. Maybe I've been out of loop on that whole thing. It's not anything new, necessarily, Dex. It's just... I'm too old for that fucking fandom drama. Tired of having to, as a theory crafter, fact check people with 6-figure sub counts on YouTube who know what they're saying is wrong. And then I'm also tired of operating in a space where someone who has caught a Twitch ban for waving guns around at female streamers, not exaggerating by the way, still has a meaningful following. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't want to be there.
This'll do wonders for the shop.
It is.
And you're not stirring the pot, Dex. You are asking a question about my interest in the latest installment of a franchise that I got my start streaming. Like, valid question, man. You're fine.
Softer than a whisper. Let's be on my way.
50% of the BD3 community. Yeah, I mean, it's nice being able to nerd out with some adults who are also decent people.
Don't mind if I do. What do I have to lose?
No, Dareth, no! God damn it, Dareth. Alright, I'm gonna have to fix my attitude with her.
That should work.
At least she didn't run into the bomb. That could have been worse. That could have been way worse.
Let's not get caught off guard.
This is why I put Glut with me, so that he doesn't do exactly what Dareth just did. And this is because I succeeded the stealth check, by the way. This is why having stealth proficiency is not actually helpful in a lot of runs. Nautiloid enjoyers, I like the name. Discovered a toxic trait of mine yesterday. Always start new video games in a harder mode than regular. Die every 5 seconds. Get hyper focused and miserable. Lower difficult to feel like a failure. Have a fun time with the game. That was a roller coaster, and I enjoyed it. I get punished sometimes, Keta. It's been known to happen.
I'll strike you down.
It'd be kind of interesting to carry around one of these Myconids and Connor them. Or haste spores. Maybe I'll keep one of their corpses.
At the ready.
Per turn, isn't it? Seems to be. I don't see a cooldown on that at all, actually. Alright, time to fix my attitude with Dareth. Oof.
Don't want to draw any attention. Never wanted the easy path.
Now, that's something that could have been avoided if I had access to disguise, and technically I do with the helmet, but like,
Individual doesn't seem
I don't
now's your chance
want to use that until I be no alternative. Alright, so it's 400 for going from 0 to 100. Let's give her 500 and see where that gets me. Alright. Okay. Another setback in the money department, but I think I did get enough hastening spores from all that to make another haste spore grenade. If not now, then I will have enough to make one in Act 3, because there are some hastening spores in Araj's, like, not the basement, the lower level of the building. Think you have enough XP to level? You can click that in inventory. Happy to help. Oh, thank you for the tip. Solid, baby. It's my first playthrough. I need advice like that. Thank you. Does anyone else have any other tips for my first playthrough? Don't die? That sounds complicated. What if instead I die, and then I go onto Reddit and complain that the game is unfair without reading what killed me? Can I do that? Melee equals win? Okay, okay. Upcasting Featherfall is super OP, especially in the middle of a combat. Oh, okay, okay.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Multiclassing is a fun way to make powerful builds. Okay, so I have to multiclass or else it sucks. Good to know. Baromancy is the most powerful thing in the game. Okay. So I shouldn't read any of my abilities. I could just use barrels. Gotcha. Don't see how you can die with 30 armor. There's lots of things that either hit more accurately than that, or don't go on armor class at all. For example, as Nautiloid and Jarvis pointed out, what does my armor class do against spells that are not attack rolls? Does absolutely fuck all to a Chain Lightning, for example. As far as defensive stats go in this game, armor class is like one of the least ironclad. There's lots of things that go around it. You'll see me using armor class in combination with some damage reduction and in combination with certain resistances.
I greet you, son child.
But again, reminder that some enemies just have enough accuracy that I don't give a fuck. Githyanki archers. I need 32 armor class and to not give them high ground for them to be able to, for me to be completely immune to their stuff. 32. Chirai Tiscan, I think I need 34 if I let her buff up. Kithrak Voss, if I were to fight him, which is not happening in this run, but if I were to fight him, he can hit up to 38. $30 isn't that much at the end of the day.
May your travel.
Oh no. Yeah, Danny's right. We're memeing too close to the sun. Goblin throwing an acid vial could do almost enough to kill me. It could. How you doing, So Black? How's your new run? I didn't have enough upload to stream, and I didn't have enough download to, like, properly watch, but I was lurking for... Excuse me. A little bit while I was having my connection issues. You started a new run? 24, thank you. Bless you, thank you. Zoontide, thank you. Figure out what else I can be doing for money right now. Big chunk we did miss out on is selling the American halberds from Yurgir's gang, because I didn't fight them. The secret ingredient may be crime. There's still more Moonrise to take out. So I've got that as an option too. Big chunk was my... Oh. Oh. You okay? American halberds? Uh-huh. Done girl bossing, need to cram some food into my face hole. Okay. Take your time. I do want to make some more progress on this. Give me an hour. Still no? Oh, well, I'm eagerly looking forward to the day where you feel okay. You gotta want for others what you can't have for yourself. Play My Chemical Romance. Not okay, I promise.
You did. She gives them to you fully formed.
Yeah, the build command isn't going to be very comprehensive, Nautilus enjoyers. This is a level 1 run, but if you have any questions about the logic of things that I'm doing, ask away. Expected gear. I swap gear a lot. It's not static enough to get there. I got eyes. Gotcha. Black Draconic, Black Dragonborn Sorcerer. Already wishing I was an Evo Wizard. Had 1 Death Ring Lazel, got level 4. Nice.
What's hiding here?
So taking out Moonrise safely without Minor Illusion or Music Proficiency is a bit of a puzzle. Hey Kara, thank you for gifting a sub to Nautilus enjoyers. Very kind. Enjoy the emotes, ad-free, all the good stuff. Thank you very much, Kara. I have another Steez trapped. Hang on. Ow. Sorry about that. Okay, so Adept Mola was down in the prison. Which means once I take out one more Adept in the throne room, I should be able to take out the Necromites upstairs. There's another one. I hate sneezing. Alright, it's Adept Nola here. Who's the problem? I could buy a Harmonium Halberd from Damon. Allow me to abduct people safer, but... Well-grown pig. Thank you for the translation. Stop sneezing, how dare. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll get the ukulele for the apology video.
Out of mind.
The reason why I care about Adepts Nola and Mola is they can use their War God's Blessing feature, like, through the floor to help an ally fighting you elsewhere in Moonrise, and then that can cause them to get pulled into the combat.
May the gods take you first. This calls for careful footwork.
And it's a whole thing.
Free for the taking.
I should have actually taken I know where I'd actually want to take a
Don't waste a step.
Adept Nola, so I'm gonna let you walk back. I have a much better location in mind.
Just out of view.
Practice with you.
Fall by my hand.
Hope your soul is in good hands. I feel weak.
Ding! Anything you want to say? Anytime.
Breathe quiet. With care. Better be cautious.
Doesn't mean they're gonna revive, but just do this. Hey Sal, how are you? Cool. That's how we're gonna deal with Moonrise cards. Bell to avoid dialogue into combat? No, Bell was so that I had Shadow Curse protection because I forgot to reapply it. I didn't want to turn the Blood of Lathander's light on because that would turn off my AC from Ring of Twilight.
Alright. Time to skulk about.
Let's get this over with.
No tech there, I just for gore.
Can't risk being in open view. Here we go again.
Couldn't see me because of how dark it is here. Oh, I'm about to jump on. Want to pop in, say hello. Hope y'all are having a good day. Better now that you checked in, Sal. Always good to see you.
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine. Let's get this over with.
Another parasite. Collect it. It might be
Yeet.
useful. There's a parasite in that corpse, brimming with potent magic.
Alright, those two have tadpoles. Let's grab the rest of my tadpoles here. Parasite in this? They got medications for that.
Need to find a way forward.
Or the dice set spent way too much money on. Turns out some of the friends want to play with plan a holiday without saying so session 0, but won't happen for another month or two. Oh no. Come into Quag casually throwing people off cliffs. Just another day in Sanity Manatee. Pretty much business as usual, yeah.
Cut him to the chase.
The idea here is I want to clear out Moonrise so it's safe during the act finale, but I do also want the money from all of the plate armors and weapons that these guards have. So I'm bringing them here to the Grand Mausoleum, where they're going to take some chip damage from the Shadow Curse, but the fall from me throwing them down to where the Shadow Cursed Kuotoa were will do a lot of damage as well. And they don't get mad at taking Shadow Curse damage because it's not me doing it. They will use their out-of-combat heal periodically, but if I time it well, then that's fine.
I'll strike you down. Can't risk being in open view.
A minor illusion would make this a lot easier, but we do have abduction still. Musical proficiency would also make this easier, but I just straight up forgot to talk to Alfira and get that. Gonna die to the Shadow Curse, man? Okay. That works too.
Can't slow down.
Before it though.
No traps, please.
You do is just one after the other bring the guards here, they die to the curse, the next guard fights the previous one. That could be fun. I just am a little wary of I don't want to get caught in Fight Club myself. But, you know, it could be fun. Let's do it. Hey RBF, how are you? DM's way more pissed, understandably. Yeah, people not valuing the time of other people is certainly a frustrating thing. I imagine as a DM, that's doubly true. Dying? Yo, same. What if we, like, what if we left this mortal coil together? Unless. Nah, I'm sneezing myself out. Couple more sneezes and I'm done.
Another day, another fight.
I'm not worthy. I never learned the word.
Yes, you did. She gives them to you fully formed.
See if they'll run out of their heals.
Breathe quiet. Move with care.
One might just get outpaced by the curse damage. Maybe. No, they're... Oh, there it goes. not willing to fight. Funny though.
Softer than a whisper. Out of sight, out of mind.
Try me.
Got some channel points to gamble. Oh, sorry, I didn't see it. It's over already. I'll think of something to gamble on later. Maybe. Deal with this PCI audit crap. All the stuff been screaming about since 2023. Everyone's finally caring, providing feedback. Everything's due right now. Do all the stuff thought someone else was working on. It goes back to valuing other people's time, and they certainly didn't fucking value yours. I'm really sorry. Gamble on this. I like the heft on that particular sussy emote. It conveys dragging a wagon.
She belongs to everyone, Git.
I wouldn't have if not for the lantern bearer. To think the absolute grace is such a creature as that.
We are each of us threads in her design. Even those we once called monsters.
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
You've made a grave mistake.
This calls for careful footwork. I just want a little look.
If not over, then through.
I think we're about halfway done with Moonrise cards. I could handle top floor now. There's still Scrying Eyes.
Brothers had the dreams too.
Kill this guy over here. Once Eogar and Camarilla are out of the way, I can just fight Mig straight up in this room.
I'll strike you down.
Just out of view. No time for mercy. Don't waste a step.
How much farther can
Why
I
am
go?
I sneaking around? No reason, man.
Want to draw any attention.
Don't worry about it.
Carefully now.
Shadow Curse damage up to a cap will double. Yeah, up to a cap of 64 damage. This theoretically could roll well enough to kill him. Almost got him. So we wait. Alright, we're 4 with Dingus's Dingai. Is that the plural?
Moving ahead.
And I could help this along with some fall damage. Did you run out of heals? You ran out.
Time to press ahead.
Tragic.
Here we go again.
Why did you run up to him? Level 1, what is you doing?
At the ready.
Nice jump. Yeah, this will help with the money problem a lot. Cyberpunk's left me craving action games. I don't know what game would scratch that itch. It's a good question. I've been considering replaying Devil May Cry and trying to actually get good. Like, I beat the MC5 on Dante Must Die, you know, both campaigns, but, like, I'm not good at it. I want to get good at it.
You did. She gives them to you fully formed.
Something I've been considering replaying for a bit. This guy's AI broken. Dealing with him might get interesting.
Alright. Time to skulk about. Time for some bloody work.
Hey, American Heart Association. How goes the game? It's going great. It's managed to get my heart rate up a couple of times today, but no complaints.
I'll strike you down.
See what I did there? Heart rate. I'm funny.
Free for the taking.
I hear that all funny people talk about how funny they are. Did we ever find the non-toxic first-time chatter? We did. We did. Took a bit, but we did.
Breathe deep and move.
Am I generating a light source right now?
I don't want to draw any attention.
So you can see how bad a human's dark vision is. But where is this sight cone even from over here? That's interesting. You can see how bad a human's dark vision is.
These boots have seen everything.
Yeah. I haven't done an auto run yet. I'm terrified to do so. It's one of those things that, like, I have difficulty playing the game any other way now, because that extra layer of stakes, and then also the fact that the game mechanics are different on honor mode, I have trouble going back. Long-time lurker, first-time chatter, have you considered leveling up? What's leveling up? I don't understand. Ashamed to admit how many times I've reloaded saves. I don't think there's any shame in that. I save scummed a lot until I started playing honor mode. I think it's their vision because of the light source. That makes sense. That makes sense, Regs. Game mechanics for different house, so. So some bosses will get additional features on honor mode, usually known as legendary actions, but even outside of that, certain things do work differently on the player side, in terms of how certain damage interactions are done. Below honor mode, there's some things that are treated as their own instance of damage, such as this Hunter's Mark damage, causing it to get certain damage bonuses and additional time. On honor mode, almost all instances of that have been squashed, so certain ways of magnifying your damage are harder to do on honor mode. Certain things like extra attack applying to all of your actions, that's not true on honor mode, but on tactician you could say drink a potion of speed and then get extra attack on that action as well. You don't get extra attack on that one in honor mode. Things like that. I want to see how long before they stop healing on their own. This is supposed to be 8 times a day. This has been more than 8. I have DMC5, don't think I've ever installed it. Great game. Music's awesome too. Last time I dealt with that half-orc, it aggroed the whole front room, even the door closed. That was the first. Yeah, the crime response will happen in the other room. It's annoying. I might wait to kill that guy until after I've dealt with, like, Roa and everyone. Benefit of killing them as a zombie versus a human. So while they're shadow cursed, they're unwilling to dash, and they're unwilling to use any of their spells or class actions, making them far easier to deal with. So, like, they won't smite, they won't abjure enemy, and they're much easier to kite. Okay, you don't seem interested in stopping your nonsense.
Hope your soul is in good hands. I don't need any attention right now. What do I have to lose? Softer than a whisper.
You know, my brain every second of every day.
Breathe quiet. Move with care.
There's a light there. Right, there's a light there, so no umbral influx. Didn't come back as a shadow cursed undead. I jumped down, grabbed the loot. Wonder if we figured out all the honor mode items of damage rider potential. I don't know about all yet. Trade has kind of dedicated his final brain cell to getting us closer to that all threshold. I don't think we're there yet, though. Zealot had a short falla. Nice. This one doesn't seem to have full heal limit. Yeah, weird how some enemies clearly do and some don't. It's supposed to be 8 times a day, but sometimes I've seen some NPCs refuse to do it at all, some do it infinitely, some have a cap of 10 or 5. It seems very arbitrary, but I suppose we can confirm that the limit is not what it says it is. Hey Nico, how are you?
Better be cautious.
Dealing with Adept Nola here will allow me to deal with the fight upstairs.
Get this over with. Can't risk being in open view. You've made a grave mistake. Breathe deep and move. I just want a little.
Maybe I don't want to murder here, because then it'll trigger a crime response if I bring someone else here.
Just out of view. Don't mind if I do.
Wait for the Shadow Curse to stack up. not healing anymore? Okay. I'll take it. Got a cat on my lap. On Quag sharing my screen. Could be worse. Nice. Slow and steady.
Time to press ahead.
Day True Souls, how you doing? Swinging Dong 69. No notes on the name. Well done. Hey, blue collar nerd. Good to see you.
The Absolute calls us all to her design.
What's Acolyte Kimrel here is down. Then I can deal with Mig. A lot of this systemic dismantling of Moonrise is taking out key NPCs.
You picked the wrong fight, friend.
That's a friendly-looking shadow. What path lies before me?
Mig's AI has been broken for quite some time. She'll heal, but I'm lowering her dexterity first.
Alright. Time to talk about.
Never wanted the easy path.
Unbonkable. You sure about that? Bonk this, etc.
We are each of us threads in her design. Even those we once called monsters.
Suppose I don't actually need to deal with the scrying eyes until last. One's getting real low.
Out of sight, out of mind. Here we go again.
That's one of those things I started saying ironically, but now it's just part of my actual, I say that to big things in games.
Everyone else minds their business. I'll be fine. Cutting to the chase. Breathe quiet. Move with care. May the gods take you first. Have to keep going.
Did not heal effectively enough. Sneak just to make the movement rate more manageable, tend to move at the right time. Exactly. That is exactly right. I like the stealth in Cyberpunk, it's so finicky and slow. You can do more aggressive stealth. especially using quick hacks, but also heavy investment in the cool perk tree. Use of optical camo. You can speed up stealth. The slow and methodical approach is definitely like the primary way of doing it, but you can spice it up a bit. Tell me how I'm supposed to be doing it wrong. So, for example, if you get someone with Sonic Shock, the quick hack, then they can't hear, like, anything. So if they're looking one way, even if you're loud as fuck behind them, like killing their allies, they're not gonna hear unless, like, an area-wide alert goes out. So you can Sonic Shock a group, and then just, like, shotgun someone's face off as long as no one has direct line of sight on them. And it's still stealth. You can use reboot optics to turn off someone's eyes so that you can just sprint past them instead of having to crouch walk. You can use both of them together so they can't see or hear. Stealth grenades work? Yes.
Alright, time to skulk about. No time for mercy.
What do I have to lose?
Don't want to draw any attention.
Gag order perk alone is also pretty effective for making surrounding enemies not detect you. Oh yeah, that's the one where if you stealth kill someone, it resets alert progress, right? Something like that. Yeah, cool. Been making very good progress. First time someone used reboot optics on me in 2.0. You weren't supposed to do that. It's like, player healing, good. Enemy healing, bullshit. That kind of thing. My last one is the opposite of stealth, so maybe I'm just being impatient and too bold. Maybe a little bit, but as someone who's not generally a fan of stealth, like traditional stealth gameplay, I tend to agree with you, which is why I do like the faster-paced stealth stuff. So I don't think you're off base or anything. I think it's just another area for you to explore and find out how you want to handle it. I dealt with the scrying eye that patrols this route.
Time for some bloody work.
Cripple movement is the one hack PS on the enemy side compared to the player version.
Softer than a whisper.
There's a couple that are much more impactful on enemies than the player, and I suppose vice versa. Yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind. By my hand.
You get locked down for like 10 seconds. Meanwhile, something like,
Better be cautious.
the weapon jam one. I don't really ever care about that.
Can't slow down.
Can't risk being in open view. Oh, my hand slipped.
And the spellcaster can't cast spells because she's Shadow Cursed Undead.
If not over, then through.
Cyberpunk triggered me. Thought I was halfway through the game. Character caught himself for the plot. Bad ending. A lot of things can happen in that game.
I'm done. I can't wait to sleep.
You did. She gives them to you.
I do highly recommend it. Gameplay-wise, narrative-wise, I'm not a super big fan of open world games, but like that's an open world I actually enjoy.
Just out of view.
You picked the wrong fight, friend.
Can't hit me. You have +7.
What path lies before me?
The thing with going for the cheeky disarm on Ketheric is,
Open up.
it could interfere with my ability to successfully converse with him. Though maybe I can disguise myself later to get around an attitude drop now. It also could result in Moonrise going permanently hostile, which would be annoying if I still wanted to trade with Lantar. I'll give it some thought. Yeah, not much information in the builds command, because I change gear often enough that that wouldn't go in there. But level 1, Monk. Monks don't get their subclass at 1, they get it at 3. So that's not a factor. This guy. I'm not sure how to deal with him. I could try to talk my way into the restricted area, but the DC on that is quite high. Let me run to the bathroom and think on this. I'll be right back. I like that let him poop emote way too much. It's simply too good. Haven't used this shield yet, right? Might be an acuity, hideous laughter situation. Alright. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So what I'm gonna do here is split up this stack of rotten eggs. Put it all on the ground. Need my shatter scroll here too. Make a save in case I fuck this up. Do both awareness.
That's a friendly looking shadow. I don't need any attention right now.
Only 60% because of aura protection. You do have wisdom save proficiency. Crown of Madness is an int save. I could click Crown of Madness and have him go kill the Scrying Eye. No, Crown of Madness is a wisdom save. I lied. Thought it was int. Go for it anyway.
With haste.
Oh, you moved. Okay. We'll rip that other shatter scroll. Chromatic orb. Who's coming? Ah, Zealot Munish, the AI broken guy.
Let's get this over with.
Meals on Wheels.
What do we have here?
Cool. Not exactly how I drew it up, but it worked out. Having to burn all of my shatters like that was annoying, but we got the guy out here. Hideous Laughter helped bypass his restricted area dialogue. Yes, cat. Hello. You are a cat. Cat is cat, large if accurate. That dude likes to meditate in random places. No, I've already killed that guy. I don't know, beat the hag. Let's go, Beef Sneeze. Bonus when I long rest the owlbear showed up. Love to hear it. Came across a Life at Night City's Good actually take recently. I'm sorry? That's crazy. That's just someone who, yeah, wants to be able to run around killing people. That's all that is. That's insanity. Raspberries of the Monastery and Pre-Act 3 Camp of Gith, and where else? There's some by where you first pick up Scratch. And then there's 1 or 2 bushes by the Baldur's Gate waypoint in Act 3 on the way over to the House of Grief. Those are all the ones I know of. There's one near Auntie and the boys. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, there is one there. South side of the Blighted Village. Yep, I always forget about that one. I should go grab that one on this front. Definitely haven't. Cat, do not try to jump on my desk. With the caveat, this capitalist dystopia would be better than eating dog food under socialism, like dog with the scop is made of. People who say shit like that can't define socialism or capitalism. It's funny, it's like these people will show, like, this would be our society under socialism, then they will show a picture of something that happened under capitalism. Like... Like, sure, buddy, sure. Stupid. Like, sure, yeah. Oh good, I did deal with the Mimic. Moonrise is almost completely cleared. People are also confused as to what democracy is. Also true. People are confused in general. I don't know what you mean, right? Propaganda could never be wrong. Propaganda has too many letters. I ain't read all that, but I like your vibes, so, take all my money.
That's a friendly-looking shadow.
Pretty sure US and the rest of the world different perceptions of what capitalism and socialism are. True, but also, like, remember, a plurality of American adults are functionally illiterate. So, perception of everything is different here.
I don't need any attention right now.
Perception equals truth. Yeah. We are definitely in the age where truth is, especially malleable.
Light on my feet.
I'm out of thunder damage spells that could reliably deal with this. I could use the Shatter from the Sentient Amulet for this last one, though.
To stand this close to her power. I never thought I'd make. May the gods take you first. Better be cautious.
Gotta head out, y'all. Have a good day. Stay cozy and keep saying thanks, Dex. You have a good one. This person with a functional brain, that statement upsets me. Welcome to 2025, brother. Saw a post earlier this week from an American telling his Canadian friend he hates Trump's regime. All kinds of protests. I was like, great. And he followed with Trump's an idiot and a communist. Like, what's idiot? Yes. What's that last part? Non-American feel like Americans speaking politics while electing Trump slayers, whatever. You think I voted for him? You think I did? No group of people is a monolith. I don't care who did, but it's there. So I'm not allowed to talk about it. Not allowed to talk about something that's actively fucking up my life that I did not vote for. That's a bit of a colossally stupid take. Yeah, majority of voters and majority of people, different metrics. They're not allowed to discuss it? Well, your first take on the situation was this. As non-American, I feel like American speaking politics while electing Trump's layers, but whatever. So you decided to dismiss my right to discuss a subject because of my nationality, despite the fact that, you know, I'm definitely not one of the people who made that happen. So, feel free to continue to walk this back. But you did come in hot with a colossally shit take.
Sister, pray with me while we wait.
I'm not worthy. I never learned the words.
Yes, you did.
Yes, the United States is in fact a nation full of fucking morons, but you're competing for the crown right now with that kind of take. Most of the people are manipulated by fear-mongering and demagoguery, especially like 20% of voters thought the border was super important in their voting decision. The economy is the next highest, around 30%. That explains the election right there. Lies and fear. Especially, like, you voted for the guy who promised to crash the economy, to fix the economy. You voted for the guy who, last time he was in office, already broke the economy. Like, what are you doing? Just admit that you didn't want to vote for the woman, or the black person, or the Asian person, or you wanted to vote for the guy who seems to hate people as much as you do. Just, like, fucking admit it. Like, And this is not a glowing endorsement of the other option in that election. Don't get it twisted. It's just like, admit why you're really there. Gortash Thorm 2028. Gortash hits a little different these days, does he not? Never understand how women and people of color voted for this criminal. Oh, it's easy. They think that they're immune. They think, oh, it'll never happen to me. Or, no, we hate the same people, so it's fine. It's that simple. Yorinobu Arasaka 2028. Okay, but like Yorinobu actually kind of based though. Like we could go into how he's actually the good guy in Cyberpunk's main story, but like we don't have to.
Better not be cursed.
And I do apologize to anyone who's trying to escape from the things we're discussing. But you know, life sometimes people need to talk about it.
An honor, true soul.
This is how to get around this guy's AI being broken. Ganondorf Sephiroth 2028. He can't hit me. If I drain his strength by 1, I'll unequip the Defender Flail, and I'll be able to do damage faster. Voters are less complicated than they're made out to be. It really came down to fear and misinformation above all else. Yeah, why do you think every tech billionaire does what they do? We could go into a whole conversation on that, but I think we all get the point. Ah yes, this quote from Rathanel is one I think about often. Wild to me that the most divorced man alive wasn't always the way he is now. Oh, but that's the thing. He was always this way. Just different grifts. For example, him pretending to be pro taking countermeasures to climate change was just to sell more of his electric cars. Him pretending to care about world hunger was just to approval farm, and when given a draft of how exactly he could solve it, it was well within his means, and he said ha 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 and never fucking did it. Him pretending to care about public transit, particularly in the state of California, was again to line his own pockets by making sure that they did not overhaul public transit in the state of California. He's always been this guy. It's just different grifts. Just joined, glad to see we're talking shit about Nazis. Of course, Tweedledope. Now, disclaimer before Twitch gets weird about this. I'm not encouraging violence against a group I'm enjoying the idea of violence against Nazis.
It's been a long day. I need to rest.
There has been no call to action. I just like the idea of people beating up Nazis. Indiana Jones playthrough when? Ooh, we should do a marathon. Indiana Jones, Wolfenstein.
Brothers. Sister.
I never learned the words.
Yes, you did. She gives them to you fully formed.
Never support him on any issue. Find it bleak. This script is openly Nazi stuff now. At least pretended to be pro-LGBT some years ago. Again, it's all part of the grift. Whatever gets him more money. The only thing that dude cares about, the only thing, and I mean the only thing, is becoming a trillionaire. That's it. Nothing else. There is no position he will not take.
Welcome back, true soul. You've come in the spirit of trade, I hope.
Sometimes people's motivations are complex. Sometimes they aren't. This is one of those cases where it's simple. Dude wants money. We'll do anything for it. I don't think I need another magic missile scroll, actually. Let's consider it. I think I'm good. Invis. I should get more invis. Don't understand the motivation of more money than I can do anything reasonable with. If you tie your entire reality, your entire sense of accomplishment, of self-worth, if it's the only reason anyone will interact with you, the only reason you have anything you have, if you tie it all to your wealth, what do you have other than the pursuit of more wealth? If it is the linchpin of your existence, you are incapable of doing anything else. Consciously or not.
Welcome back, true soul.
Billionaires are either lucky or wise. Billionaires are immoral and corrupt. There's no middle ground. No such thing as an ethical billionaire. Now, there's varying degrees of awful. There are moments of, oh, okay, that's nice of you. But the wealth was amassed on the backs of other people. People do a run where you don't kill anything, still get a decent story. Somewhat beef sneeze. There's a couple of things that have to die to complete the game. For example, you have to do the final fight of Act 2, unless you do a pretty complex sequence break. But then you would still have to do the previous fight with that boss to get that trigger to fire properly. So you have to do at least one of the fights in Act 2. Now, if you do the sequence break method, you didn't technically kill anything. So you can bypass that. But on current patch, you do have to kill Orin. You have to either kill Orin, or you have to definitely kill Orin, then you have to either kill the Brain or Gale. So you need 2 kills to beat the game. Now, they don't necessarily have to be attributed to you, but those 2 things need to die.
She gives them to you fully formed.
The absolute war drums beat loud in your
And Blue Collar Nerd, thank you so much for the T1. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the emotes, the ad-free. It's been nice having you around. Sorry for the non-gaming discussion. I know that's a real turnoff to some people. I'm not one of those people who will claim to be and apolitical space because I do not have the privilege in life to do that. But I do try to keep things on topic. Sometimes we vent. But, thank you for your support. It affects us all. It does. Did not technically kill Orin and Bjorn too. Killed her cultist still. She just stood there cowering in fear. Yeah, there's a couple ways around. I do miss back in... You remember, say, was this patch 6 or patch 5? With the clubs thing. I miss that method. I do need to buy Sentinel Shield, I keep forgetting. Can almost afford it. Early patch 6, I think? That sounds right. Word, I don't think I'm gonna try, I'm just curious. Keep getting lucky with talking my way through a bunch of stuff. Talking your way through most of the game is a very valid strat. Patch 6, yeah, you did it the day before it got patched? Yeah, I did. Like a single-digit number of hours after I did it, they fixed it. They didn't fix it because of me. That's not me claiming that they did. It's just interesting that I got the last possible opportunity. Still stuff I want to buy from Tally. I say I don't like politics, civilized and informative. Thank you all. Yeah, happy to have you, Rex. Hey Justin, how are you? Here's the thing. What's up, Trade? Is it disarm possible on Orin? Her version of Bloodthirst isn't bound. Does she not have permanently armed? I thought she did. Talking right at combat's nice. Definitely recommend another playthrough. Do some fights. Some are really good. Yeah, there's some cool fights that you do talk your way out of, and you miss out on the not the experiences and experience points, but the experiences in the gameplay. Explain the patch 6 club thing? Sure, Superman. So, you know when you do the Moonrise prison break, you know how there's a bunch of clubs by the boat there that the tieflings and gnomes will pick up and start breaking the chains? Those clubs used to have the property of they automatically equip when they enter your inventory. Any creature that has the club enter their inventory will equip it immediately. So, a way of dealing with Orin was putting one of those clubs in her inventory via reverse pickpocketing. That would cause her to unequip her dagger that has the netherstone in it. Then you would just pickpocket the dagger from her and then leave. Because you got the quest item. Bye. Yeah, just alert, no permanently armed. So if Orin isn't permanently armed, then technically we could go for, like, Fear or Command Drop, Heat Metal, Battlemaster shit even, and try to get her to drop the dagger and then grab it and leave. How the cutscene play in that case? I don't remember exactly how it worked out. I did this on stream once. I don't remember how the game handled the cutscene. Didn't they also change Twist of Fortune's characters pickpocket gold into someone and smack with them to one-shot them? No, they did not, Tweedledope. That still works. That is how I dealt with Merkel on my no-hit run that I did on current patch. You still just toss Orin into the chasm? You can. The reason you think of why I would throw the returning pike doesn't return. So if you throw the returning pike and then it starts a combat and it isn't in your hand in the turn where the combat started, it doesn't come back because that was a different turn. That happens with any bound weapon. Don't open combats by throwing bound weapons. That happens with any of them. Now, we have kind of weaponized the game using that sort of logic into an interesting strat with a couple of enemies that are supposed to have that contractual, hey, you can't chasm me, immunity. But we've sort of reverse engineered that bound weapon behavior. Mikolash and Say did the lion's share of that work, to my knowledge. So where you can use that to throw certain mind flayers into certain chasms. It can potentially work on Cazador, Ethel, though I don't think the science has been done on that yet. It's pretty cool. Hey, Woodsy. Ways to be hard-locked in this game? Yes. If you get to level 12, Oathbreaker Paladin, having at least 3 levels, and you use Control Undead on the Apostle of Merkel, if it works, you've soft-locked your game. He won't drop the Netherstone. Now, the game has some safeguards against certain softlocks. Like, basically, in almost any way you get to Act 3, the game will force Kethric's Netherstone into your inventory in almost any way you get to Act 3. For example, if you console command teleport yourself from the Nautiloid to Act 3, you will have Kethric's Netherstone. But not every way you get to Act 3. What Say mentioned about causing Orin to drop Minthara's panties instead of Netherstone. That's a sentence. That's another way. It's console command. Just the script extender console. I don't mean console as in like Xbox, PlayStation. I mean console as in developer commands.
Softer than a whisper. Don't waste a step.
I could do this. I'm tempted. If I destroy the portals, it's fine. Yeah, let's do this. If you drop the stones in Act 3, there's so many failsafes, it's really cool. Yeah, there are a lot of layers of failsafes there. This is not a fight I need to be doing, but I'm greeting it for money.
Best be on my way.
Possible Blood Money Merkel, level 1, proficiency at 2, resistance to magical plate, zeroes out even with random weak. No, they combine into one instance. Say. Below Honor Mode, they might be individual instances, but I know on Honor Mode, they combine into one number. So the damage reduction doesn't apply to each one. It's you get the damage reduction on the sum. That's my understanding of it, anyway. Because otherwise we would have to put far more gold than we do it only takes 29,000. 29,600, I think's the number. It would take a lot more than that. Trying to figure out if, how to log dice rolls. As far as I can tell, there's no way a script extender can only return whether the roll succeeded or failed. It doesn't give the number. That would be an interesting thing to log, huh? Now, if I let all the Justiciars spawn here and disarm them with a Fear Scroll, it would be money positive. But I'm opting not to do that right now. Failure, success, critical are the things you can catch. I care if the Crusader spawns. I think I'm okay with that. I don't think I want the Crusader to spawn. That wouldn't have done enough. Not proficient. I should have checked my numbers there. But I may have to end up dealing with the Crusader. Would love a combat log extension for Twitch. It'd be so nice. I do want to prevent more spawns. I do want to ability drain this Crusader, though. At 31 AC, I don't think he can hit me. But... let's just be absolutely certain. So I only need 29 to be unhittable here right now. So I landed that. Okay, +7. You're on the high ground. Okay, I only need 29. So I can switch off the Defender Flail next turn. fact daily vendor inventory refreshes only actually happen when you talk to a vendor. Yeah, you can tell that from a gameplay perspective if you have a low-level character be the first one talking to a vendor. It'll generate the loot based on their level rather than whoever else. It's kind of interesting. So if you wanted to, for example, get low-level scrolls that are not popping up in vendors anymore because you have higher level loot, like let's say you wanted a C Invis scroll, but you're level 12, just have your level 1 hireling go talk to all the scroll vendors, and it'll generate the lower level stuff.
No time for mercy.
Vendor flow next turn. Unless I can destroy this tremor. We'll be here a bit. Allowing Beckoning Darkness is fine because thanks to Necrotic Resistance plus the Helldusk armor, the most this can hit me for is 5 damage. But I do want to remain obscured for the purpose of my AC, and allowing a cast of Beckoning Darkness means I can backlash it for up to 16 damage. Adamantine Mace to ignore resistance. Blood of Lathander would be the most accuracy, but we do this. Do I coat this? I should. In the interest of efficiency. +7, can't hit me. We'll be here for a while. After this fight, I'll start prepping for switching over to co-op with Danny. But that will be a few minutes from now. What fire did you run into? Why was there fire there? Weird. Oh, no, it was, the burning from Helldusk. Right. Yes, the dancing emote. Yes. So good. The Luxie emote is great. I still have the strength elixir on? Oh, that's why it's draining strength. I guess I could change elixirs to start draining dexterity. Colossus is in the level 1 loot pool, right? I'm checking the wiki real quick. Find this. There we go. Elixir table. Alright, Colossus is in the low level pool. Good. Working very hard right now. I can see that. Should have waited to use Stage Fright, but I don't have the best spell save DC, so it wasn't really stuck anyway. Maybe I do burn a Fear Scroll. That time to make a totally non-alcoholic drink? Yes. Excuse me. Apologies. Need a remix of Down by the River using just these combat sounds. I agree. I think I tried non-alcoholic wine. It's a bit meh. I didn't know that was a thing. It's interesting. Non-alcoholic beers have gotten pretty good in recent years, at least in terms of ones I've had. So thank you. What happens here? Why can't they hit me with 30 AC and no crits? How does this ever end? With either me eventually dying to exceptionally bad rolls and Beckoning Darkness, or me eventually killing them all. I can hit them, they can't hit me. Because I have critical hit immunity, even if they roll a nat 20, they would still have to clear my armor class. The highest they're capable of rolling right now is 27. It's the ones that can roll that high still. Soul Hunter shooting at me? Yeah. See, the Soul Hunter has +7. Even on a 20, they're not able to hit me. So they can only damage me with non-attack roll things. That's why we'll be here for a while. Take regular wine and decant it. Good English word? Yeah, that is. I remember what the brand is. I've had these hop-infused teas and they're really good. Ooh. Yeah, sake is great. Eating an elephant one bite at a time. Pretty much, Keebler, yeah. See, in my opinion, this is the true use of armor class. You either go all in on it, or you don't really care about it. You either make it into a situation where enemies are either fully or almost incapable of hitting you, or you forego it in favor of shoring up your offense or getting other defensive stats, such as damage reduction. resistances, enough movement speed to never be attacked. What's the dodge times one in the lower left corner? Died once. Yeah, so the story behind that one is I messed up the AI manipulation of Raphael, and rather than going back through the Nautiloid and doing like the previous hour of stream again, I killed my character so that I would reload and be able to do it again. It wasn't an actual in-combat death, it was just I killed my character so I could reset a thing. But figured the counter was still appropriate. Take a couple turns to switch to hand crossbows as well. It'll allow me to potentially build up acuity at a net positive rate. Some distilleries around here are making alcohol-free spirits, which I think is wild. The drinks I've had with them have been good. Yeah, I like the idea of that, because sure, I like alcohol, but I just like the taste of things in the whiskey family. I like that flavor-wise, you know? So, being able to have things like that without the alcoholic content is appealing. Fire arrows too expensive. Hell, this makes you immune to fire surfaces. No. Fire arrows are not that expensive, but I only have 5 of them right now, and I'd rather save them for situations where I do need something to happen quickly. I want this fight over quickly, but I don't need it to be. So I'm choosing to save my fire arrows for other things. And in terms of gold right now, I'm a little strapped. There's still several things I want to buy. Tastes really different though. Yeah, I know. It's not perfect. Which is, hence the conversation we were having earlier about how non-alcoholic beers have improved in my experience over the last decade or so. So I'm hoping that non-alcoholic products as a whole have that kind of same glow up. I doubt it'll ever fully be there, but an approximation is okay. I'm not someone who doesn't drink, but I do think for the benefit of people who are maybe in a situation where they just don't feel like having any alcohol, but they want a certain drink, they can have something similar. That makes sense? Oh, I forgot I was supposed to... My cat doing his thing in the background over there. Non-alcoholic options are at restaurants have come a long way. A lot of times if you want a fun drink, allow for a fun meal. It doesn't always need to have booze. Sometimes that's so dependent. Yeah, exactly. For me, it's more about the ritual anyway. I just like making cocktails, having something to sip on, seeing myself replacing with non-alcoholic. Exactly. The ritual of it is a big thing for me. Kind of also how I stopped smoking, or smoker. I just replaced the ritual of it with something else, and then I was fine. Can you be allergic to alcohol? I'm not sure it's a thing. Absolutely is. Be allergic to certain kinds, at least. Be allergic to various things that go into making beer. Or doing that with tea during the week when I don't want to drink. No, a few people are allergic. There you go. Sorry, brain reset. Reading the same messages multiple times. Oh, my app crashed. Folks who are pregnant, allergic to alcohol, choosing sobriety, but they just don't want to drink, all still deserve fun drinks. Yeah. I have a friend who, on and off, stopped drinking, would often say his partners wanted to stop drinking. Well, he stopped drinking for a good 5 years ago. Me and some friends gave him such a hard time. Turns out alcohol and him were in a good combination. Never felt like more of an ass in my entire life. Scott and forgave me. Yeah, it's one of those things. People don't ever need to justify that to anyone. And I am firmly in the camp of more options for more people in basically every area of life. Figuring out what I want. Wise today. Do I want Taco Bell? I don't feel like I do. What do I want? Chat, what do I want to eat? Insane amount of my old coworkers who cannot understand simply didn't enjoy alcohol, ever developed a taste for it. So frustrating. Never invited to anything after a certain point. It's fucking strange. Like, some people don't actually do any form of... How do I put this? Some people aren't there for the interaction, and they can't do it without alcohol. That is entirely different from people who enjoy having an alcoholic beverage during interaction, or as a way of relaxing, or because they like the taste. Again, you don't need justification, but there's some people who, like, think you need it to socialize. In a way that's very much separate from people who have social anxiety and you know, can refer to it as liquid courage. It's different than that. I think it's a problematic relationship with alcohol. Or any substance, really. Though using alcohol to deal with social anxiety is a terrible idea. It depends on the person. Both have friends who quit and we didn't hang out for a bit after because I guess they're afraid I'd pressure them. The hangers replace drinks in the fridge with kombucha. Is it weird that I still don't know if I like kombucha or not? I don't think I've had it enough. An acquired taste. I don't dislike it. I just maybe I've only tried kombucha like a single-digit number of times, and the last time was I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. Fermented so it feels like you're having a drink. Yeah. I understand that. Where are you going? I'll take that, though. More acuity stacking. That's it's gonna function as some extra money. Also, it's stylish. I work at a big consulting firm on a tech project with almost entirely dudes, plus all senior management partners were males. After getting invited for a couple of half hours, realized informal social stuff was the way to network. Be very mindful of how much I traditionally do, especially didn't want to be the chick out waste or whatever. Really got invited to more stuff because I could party. Extremely dumb, but consulting's one of those work hard, play hard industries, and unhealthy habits are reinforced extra hard there. So other partners went to bat for me because they knew me better, doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, networking is very important in certain fields, and you have to do things like that. It sucks, but it's part of the culture. Definitely know others who are in that boat, or have been in that boat. This fight's silly, a little bit. But I want access to Balthazar's room to buy his speed pot. And maybe loot some of the other things. I could maybe try to have Flesh kill Balthazar for me. It's not a bad idea, honestly. But that'll be something for me to figure out next session. Full of mark in part 2 this shit. Whoosh. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah, just stream in the middle of the answer fight. It's taking too long. Oh, right. This should be like another 10 minutes, maybe. Which I think I'm okay with. Sorry to potentially keep you waiting a few minutes. Just want to order food. make sure preemptively follow Danny. Once I'm done with this fight, I'll be swapping out my mods folder and we'll be continuing our co-op run. She will be live. Make sure to follow her. I won't read that one. Ugh. Ugh. I am sorry. A lot of thoughts on the subject. Thank you for sharing them. I'm sorry you have so much ammunition. It's a series of failures on a lot of people on a lot of levels. Make things like that common. It's important to talk about, absolutely. In my opinion, one of the better ways to tackle systemic issues such as that is to constantly talk about it, so people who are not subject to those systemic failings become more aware of their existence. And those are the people in a position to affect change. Like, fucking talk about it constantly. Don't want to bring down the mood. You are not. Shut up. Your input is valuable. Don't self-censor. Shut up affectionately, yeah. I do find it amusing how I vocalize more annoyance with people not being fair to themselves than I do with, like, losing honor mode runs. For the cheerleader. I used to be flexible enough for that. I'm old now, though. What armor class do I have? 30. I only need 29 for this, technically, but 30. Could switch off of Ring of Twilight to, Shadow Cloaked. Maybe I should do that. Why, how dare you care about us? Yeah, sorry. Mods, give TBJ_Quag a warning. Too parasocial. I'll just press social last warning.
Come on. Can't stay idle.
Getting there. Lvl1's still alive. Let's go, Dade. How far are you? I call this the ordering food fight. Uh-huh. Yeah, standing in Cloud Coast is great here. Unfortunately, I only have the one Cloud Coast scroll, and I'm not willing to spend it here. But yes. Had to add a friendship because someone couldn't watch the Parasocial with the streamer, unfortunately. Yes, luckily only one. I'm sorry, Kels. That's extremely awkward to navigate. Lvl1's thighs are going to be huge after this fight. True. Yeah, I didn't actually use a Colossus elixir. She just got this big from all of the dodging. Yeah, look at the damage floor we're able to put on here. Even with just a D4 on the martial arts die. Adding my Dex mod, adding Colossus, and then I'm adding Shadow Thief. Just good damage. See you next time, Rex. Thanks for stopping by. I have a torture wheel to spin for every 10 subs. First spin is go to the next region. Could about pass level 3. Oh. You're doing this on your first solo? See, this is why Dade is different. She's braver than I am. The only reason I'm not willing to end this fight during is because I will undoubtedly make some sort of mistake. Though I might change my mind if this takes longer than another 10 minutes. It should speed up the more that I kill. Unless I fucking miss constantly like that. Remove one more from the turn order next turn. Maybe I allow myself to do a bomb for this group. Give you one guess what build I did for my first solo on a run, and just before I started watching you. Was it Bardadin? 2 spins at once, to go straight to the next region, big combat encounter, chat voted under, not count as a region. Yeah, I don't think Underdark counts as a region, because there's no loading screen there. no little stream that's different. It's not, though. For example, you can jump from the Spider Matriarch's arena into the Underdark. Can you jump into another region anywhere else? You're, like, kind of supposed to be able to go back and forth. Fluidly. It's no different than, like, over by the chapel, the Withers dungeon. You know, you can drop the weight to blast a hole in the ground and then jump down through there into the dungeon. It's exactly the same as that. In my opinion, anyway. Popular run Gloomstalker Assassin, though. That was my second guess. That was my first solo honor as well, Kels. So, right there with you. Oh, my food's already almost here. Okay. Priscilla's Rogue, and they're on the gloomy ass train. Rogue is based. Talk my way out of the Albert fight, talk my way into the Crush. Puttered around a bit, got the fuck out of there, deal with the Goblin Camp, that's where we left off. Very nice. Question, what's up? Groves goes off talking with Darsh, leads the raid team there anyway, so excited to see what happens. This bitch aggro's on making a knockout here in Act 2, and I just leave her there. I have no idea what happens in that instance. I know Minthara will not be happy if the Grove is already sealed and you go with her on the raid. I don't know. You can probably knock her out and then see her in Moonrise. Probably. She was perma, so I don't think so. You can still knock her out while she's perma and have that. In the past that wasn't possible. Like, in the past, for example, you had to knock her out before killing Jorah Ragzlin, or else it wouldn't work. But now the order in that doesn't matter. So, it might be possible. Oh, hey, I just accidentally burned my action. That's fine. Whoops. Want to do pure class Gloomstalker run as a shitpost? That would be a funny shitpost. Well, not a temporary thing in the knockout. That I have no idea. Sheep Thara days. Alright, be right back. cat was being cute, and then he processed that I have food, and now he's coming over to not be cute. At least the turns are pretty short now. Cat, you want a paper bag? Here you go. And that's the impossible challenge. Ugh. I would lead them all to the Gauntlet of Charway point and start throwing them off. By the way, not in the last few days. I can check again though. Mod Creator has some real life obligations and a lot of runs to verify. Forget the actual time frame they gave me. Let me check. Today or tomorrow, unless something comes up. They said they'd contact me, so. I can't do my unarmed strikes anymore. It's immune. Only 55 rounds. Watch animations 10 out of 10. I like it too. Alright. So. Closing the game. Switching my mods folder and stuff out. Relaunching the game. Take your time, Danny, if you need time to get ready. Got my food. I got my big ass hot chocolate. I'll probably do the lobby thing. Gotcha. that. That stream together.